Hello, Chandrasekhar. How are you?
Hey, Joginder. I'm good. How are you?
I'm also good. My voice is clearly audible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. No, I got a call from Webson. There is a coordinator. She called me yesterday.
Hmm. What she told?
She told about Anna again. What the process again? She asked for the feedback, everything.
Shift as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't able to
Mm-hmm.
attend those sessions actually.
Okay. So they put you in where? In different work?
No, same work only, but they started as shifts and even on-call support as well.
Okay. On-call support is very hectic, right?
Yeah, thing is
Because
actually we have to react only for major issues like P1, P2. But the thing is here we are managing more than 10 applications at a time. So one another we used to receive the issues.
actually, if you are attending the call, then
Mhm.
on spot you have to think. On the spot you have to think quickly, you have to give the reply. But
Yeah.
if you are off call, then at least you'll get a time to search what should be the correct answer, right?
Yeah.
You logged in through the mobile phone also and laptop from two devices, Anil.
Yeah, actually initially it was not able to log in a laptop.
Mhm.
I joined through mobile, now I connected to laptop.
Okay. Hello, Chandra. How are you?
Hi, Joginder.
Yeah, hi.
Good.
Okay. So our today's topic, I will show you application gateway, how the application gateway will work. Okay, in our previous session we had already the discussion about the application gateway and other topics also, right? So today I will show you, today is the final class, last class, and today I will show you how the application gateway works. Okay, so what will be the scenario of the application gateway? The scenario will be like that. Application gateway is a kind of load balancer which works on the application layer of the OSI reference model, right? So network load balancer and the other load balancer that we had created before, it was working on the layer 4, that is a transport layer of the OSI reference model. But the application gateway works on the layer 7 of the OSI reference model. So guys, you know about the OSI reference model? Hello, Anil, Chandra, Chandrasekhar.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Joginder. Studied in graduations.
Yes. So in graduation, okay, and any when you will start your career in the networking or any IT field, this OSI
In
reference model.
networking L1 job also they have done that.
Yes. In the L1 job, even when you will join your career starting from any company as a fresher. So this will be the very important question, and a very important question. And this will be the priority of the question, best question of the employer. What is OSI reference model? And then we discuss about the 7 layers of the OSI reference model, right? 7th layer is the application layer. We start with the physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, right? What
Presentation layer.
else? Presentation
Presentation
layer,
layer, application.
and presentation layer, then application layer. So 7 layer we were discussing. We were discussing about from the physical layer to the application layer. So application layer is providing the interactive interface through which the user will communicate with the, and type some information, and from the application layer, the data flow will be happen towards the downstream layers, right? Because user is typing some information on the application layer. If the user is typing using the Outlook, it's an application layer. If the user is using Gmail, it's an application. Email is also an application, right? So from the application layer, the data will go to the 6th layer, which is the presentation layer, right or wrong? Presentation layer. So presentation layer, from the presentation layer, the data flow will be happen to the transport layer, then transport layer to the network layer, then the network layer to the data link layer, then the data link layer to the physical layer. Then the physical to physical communication will be happen. Physical to physical. How? Because of the fiber optic cables, right? The connection will be established from the one end to the another end, internet, but how the internet is working with the help of the fiber optic cables. So from the again, it will start the opposite system. From the physical layer to the data link layer to the network layer to the which one? Transport layer to the session layer to the which one? Presentation layer to the application layer, which comes on the top. So if you are talking, if the Chandra and the Chandrasekhar, they are interacting with each other, they are using the WhatsApp, right? So they are passing the message, they are sharing the information through the WhatsApp to WhatsApp. It means you both are working on the application layer to application layer. Okay. So this application gateway is a kind of load balancer. It's a kind of load balancer. It works on which layer? It works on the 7th layer of the OSI reference model, right? It works on the 7th layer of the OSI reference model. Okay, so now in this scenario, what we are going to do, we will create a resource group. So resource group, I will give the name test. Then I will create VNet, and the VNet name, I will give it my VNet. And inside the my VNet, okay, my VNet. Inside the my VNet, we will create 2 subnets, and subnet name we will give. One is the one subnet we will give it backend pool. Okay, we will give it pool subnet. This is the first subnet, and the network range we will give it 10.0. Okay, 10.0.1.0/24, and second subnet I will create. This is the first subnet. Then second subnet I will create application gateway subnet. Application app gateway. App gateway subnet. 10.0.2.0/24, and here the VNet address space I will give it 10.0.0.0/16. That will be default. Okay, so this was the first. Then I will create virtual machines. Okay, I will create virtual machine. So I will create the 2 virtual machines. First, I will create 2 virtual machine. One for virtual machine means the servers, web servers I will create. So 2 web servers virtual machine I will create. First, I will create a web server. Okay. First will be the web server images. Second virtual machine I will create web server video. Videos. Okay, web server videos. So this is the environment. This environment will get ready, right? And this web server will contain the message, will display the message that I am an image web server. And this web server, second web server, will display the message I am a video web server, right? Then after the creation of all these things, I will create an application gateway. Application gateway. So while creating the application gateway, what I will do, I will create a listener. I will create a listener rule. Listener, what does listener do? Listener will listen the request which is coming through the internet, which is coming from the users. And listener is contained inside the load balancer. So application gateway is a kind of load balancer, right? It will listen the request which is coming from the outside. So first I will create a listener rule inside the application gateway. Then what I will do, I will create a front end. In the front end, I will configure the public IP. Because user will interact what? The user will interact through the public IP address, right? If you want to access a website, do you type public IP or the private IP? You type the public IP address. So in the front end, we will create a public IP. In the third step, we will create backend pool. In the backend pool, you will add server, add both web servers. In the fourth, you will create a rule. You will create a listener rule you have created. Then you have to do the configuration. Then finally, after the configuration, you will do the path-based routing you will do. So in the pathways routing, you will define if somebody will type www. Okay, if somebody will type the public IP address of the application gateway, let's say the public IP address of the application gateway is 40.0.0.1/image/image.htm. Then automatically the request should be goes towards the, then automatically the web page of the image server should be open. If somebody will type like this way, video.html, then automatically the web page of the video server should be open. So path we are defining, right? If the user will, but here the thing you need to note is the IP address of both of the IP address is same that we are using for the app, using the IP address of the application gateway, which is common IP address. But we are defining the path image with the same IP address. Along with the same IP address, if you are using the /image.htm, the request will go to the image server. If we are with the same IP address, if you are typing /video.htm, the request will go to the video server. So we have no need to define the two load balancer to redirect the traffic towards the two different web servers, categories servers. Getting my point, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this will be our scenario. So let's proceed the steps. So portal.azure.com we'll type. Okay, so what I will do, I will create first resource group. So I will create a resource group. And the resource group name, I will give it test. East US is the region, that's fine. Now click on review plus create, create. So resource group with the name test has been created successfully. So after creating the resource group, what we have to do, we have to create the VNet. So for creating the VNet, we have to scroll down and virtual network is available, virtual networks option. So click over the virtual networks option, click over create, and resource group we need to choose test. That's what we have created before. And the name of the virtual network I am giving here, my VNet. My VNet. Okay, you can give any name. My VNet I'm giving here. And now click on next IP address. And the address space, this is the address space 10.0.0.0/16. Address space is a big range of the IP address, out of which we will divide the subnets. We will divide the big network into some smaller subnets. So big range of the network we are calling as address space. So here Microsoft is giving us the default default address IP address space network space. So it is 10.0.0.0/16. So now we have to create the subnets, right? So default subnet is already given. So what we will do, I want to change the name of the subnet. I don't want the default subnet name. So I will select this one. If I will click over this one, but it is showing 10.0.0.0. So according to my example, what network range I want to give? I want to give 10.0.10/24. So backend pool subnet I will create. So I will give the name backend, rename it. Backend pool subnet, right? Backend pool subnet. So here I will give it 1.0, 10.0.1.0/24. Click on save, right? Save. Now, so first subnet we have created, second subnet I have to create like this way. Click on add subnet. So subnets, second subnet we will create. Second subnet we will create with the name. What was the name we have given? Gateway subnet. Okay, gateway subnet I will give it. Where it gone actually? Yes. So here I am giving the name gateway subnet. Gateway subnet. So in my example, what network range I have taken 10.0.2.0/24. So the same network range we will make it 10.0.2.0/24. Click on add. So second subnet also has been created successfully. Now click on review plus create. Create. Okay, so now you can see the VNet and the subnet both are created successfully. If you want to see If you want to see the VNet and the subnet, you can see again from here. Virtual network, my VNet is created. Inside the my VNet, you can click on the subnets. Two subnets are available: backend pool subnet, gateway subnet. Backend pool subnet having an IP address 10.0.1.0/24. Gateway subnet having an IP address 10.0.2.04/24. Right? Okay. So these two subnets we have created. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to create two virtual machines. So for creating the virtual machine, what I'm going to do, I have to go to the virtual machines options at the left hand side. So click over the virtual machines option, click on create virtual machine. So resource group name is test, we have selected, and the virtual machine name I am giving here, image web server. Image web server, right? East US, that is fine. And okay, let me check the VNet I have created in which region. Yes, VNet also I have created inside the East US, right? That's fine. So now, okay. So image web server, it is also in the East US. So image I am selecting Windows Server 2012 R2 data center. Username I am giving here Azure. Password I am giving here capital P A S S W O R D @123. Capital P A S S W O R D @123. I'll scroll down. So here we are creating a web server. So web server or the website we require to access by using the HTTP. So we have to select HTTP. So click on next. Next. Okay, here my VNet it is showing, and it will show the two protocols, right? So guys, virtual machine in which VNet we will keep, in the backend pool or the gateway? One second, why it is showing the only one subnet? It is showing the backend pool only. The selected subnet is not supported. Gateway subnet, it's not supported. It is showing. Let's see, there is a problem.
Submits, we can do both in /16, right?
No, actually /16 we have given for the address space, but it is a
Okay,
class C /24. It's already less. Okay, let's try with the another one. Let's try with the another one. Let's delete this one. Availability dependent, something is showing. /16 means the class B. /24 means the class C. Okay, it's deleted. So let's create one subnet. Gateway subnet. So I am giving here 10.0.3.0. Let's take it. Otherwise, let's do one thing. subnet we have created, virtual network we have created. Available. Actually, it is not availability dependent, means it's not available. Availability dependent on dynamic use, it is showing it. Maybe it is not available. So let's delete this one also. Add. So I am giving here. Okay. I think. Okay. Gateway subnet 10.0.0.0.24.24. Let's take it. Then let's take the another one. Backend pool subnet. Then let's take as it is. Okay, it's okay. So okay, so what we have to do here, so let's create some virtual machines, and virtual machine we are going to create inside the subnet. So virtual machine, click on create virtual machine, select the test resource group, and here I'm giving image VM1, image VM1, okay, image server, okay, image server, image web server, image web server, Windows Server 2012 R2, username is Azure, password is capital PASSWORD@123. Confirm the password, capital PASSWORD@123. Click on next. Next. So within the network, my VNet it is showing you the backend pool subnet, right? Now public IP. So public IP, it's already given here. And previously RDP is already given. So we can select HTTP also. So because HTTP is required, without the HTTP port, we cannot access the web services. So click on next. Under the management, disable the boot diagnostic. Next, review plus create. Guys, if problem will become with the gateway subnet, then we will create the another VNet also, no problem. And we will do the pairing. Pairing also a solution also.
So in the same problem, if we face in a live project environment, so in there also can do the same thing. You can
Yes,
recreate.
yes. You can do, you know,
Now for our intro, so we have to learn all the live scenarios to
definitely.
yeah.
You already working from how many years? 7 or how many
Yeah,
years?
7+ years.
7+ years. You know,
Yeah,
you are the experienced person. You know how to face the, if you will get the unexpected problem, how to find out, because you
yeah,
have to find out, you have to try all the ways if something unknown strange problem comes, right?
correct. Yeah,
Even a doctor also gives the try hit and trial method, right? Doctors also
correct.
gives the 2 days
Mhm.
medicine, light medicine. If the it works, that's fine, he will continue the medicine for the few more days, then the person
Mhm.
patient will be fine. Otherwise he will change the medicine with the new medicine, right?
Yeah.
So second virtual machine we are going to create. Click on create virtual machine. Resource group we will select test, and image virtual machine name we will select video server, video server. East US, that is fine. Data center, Windows Server 2012 data center. Username, I will choose Azure. And the password, we will choose capital PASSWORD at that 123. Capital PASSWORD at that 123. Then here, select HTTP. Next, the my net is showing. So backend pool selected 10.0.1.0. Everything is fine. Now click on next. Under the management, disable the boot diagnostic. Next. Create. Okay, so second virtual machine is also ready. So one by one, we will install the web service role inside the both of the servers. So we have to install IIS web service role inside both of the Windows server. So this is video server. Just copy the public IP address. Go to run. Type MSTSC. Paste this public IP address. Click on connect. Username is Azure. Password is capital PASSWORD at that 123. Oh, let me check. Click on OK. Yes. Now click on add roles and features. Next, next, next. So here all the services will be available. So here you need to select the service which you require. You require the web server IaaS service. So you have to select IaaS, add features, next, 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 install. So IaaS web service role has been installed successfully. So after the installation of the role, you will get one folder. One folder will get automatically created with the name Windows C. So whenever you click over the Windows C, it will show you inetpub, double click on inetpub, and one subsidiary folder will get created www root. Double click on www root, right? So you'll find the default web page and this file, right? So what I am going to do, I am going to create one folder with the name video, right? Inside this video, what I will do, I will copy this file. I will paste it. So I will rename this file as video, right? Video. So I will, some internal contents will be there. I will open with the notepad. So I will select all the contents. I will delete all the contents. So what I will do, I will put my contents. This is video web server. Web server. This is video web server. Click on file, click on save, click on again file, click on exit. So this is video web server. This web server is now ready. Okay. So now then we have done for this one. Now we have to do like the same way for the image server also. So again, go to the home, click over virtual machine, image web server, click over there. Just copy the public IP address of the image web server, do mstsc and paste it here. And enter the username, give it password. Click over yes. Okay, now click on add roles and feature like the same way as we have done in the video. Click on next, 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 scroll down, click on web server. Oh, it is not selecting. Okay, let's cancel it again and open it again, the wizard. Next, 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 scroll down, click on web server. next, 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 install. So guys, whenever you will install the web service role, web server role, automatically inetpub folder will get created. You can see here, you can view there is no inetpub folder. Once the role will be completely installed, inetpub folder will be appear here. So it's installing in the background. Okay, so web service role has been installed successfully. Now click on inetpub. So www root is there. So www copy. So I will create inside the www root, I will create a new folder for the images, image web page. So I will give the name of this folder image. I will copy this. I will paste it here. I will rename this one image. So I will right click over here. I will click on open with, I will click on notepad. I will delete all the steps. So I will put it only, this is video, image web server. Image web server. Click on file, click on save, click on file again, click exit. So we have done this one also. Now our work is to test our work is to create the application gateway. So for the creation of the application gateway, what I will do, I will go to the portal. I will open another tab also. So application gateway, go to the search and type application. So you can find the option application gateways. So click over the option application gateways. Click on create. So resource group is already select the resource group test. So application gateway, I will give it here, my gateway. So region, I will select East US. So standard V2, okay, that's fine. Auto scaling, disable it because we are understanding, we are learning now. And availability zone, nothing. So HTTP, it's 2, it's disabled. So here we will select the network as VNet, my VNet. So here it's not showing, guys, it's not showing the other VNet, right? Other subnet that we had created. So what to do? So what I'm going to do, I will create another VNet. Okay, I will create another VNet, or let's see. Okay, I will create another VNet, then I will create a communication in between both of the VNet by using the peering. So let's try this method. Because in my previously I was creating the VNet, so both of the VNets were creating successfully. There was no problem. So it is the problem is coming from the Microsoft Azure. So let's try. Click on the virtual networks. So my VNet is already created, so I will create one more VNet. So I will select the resource group as test. Name of the resource group I will select. Okay, so name of the resource group I will select. sorry, name already selected. Name of the VNet, I will select Gateway VNet. And region, East US, that's fine. Next, and here it is showing 10 dots, 10.1.0 dots. So I will take it 20. I will delete this one. I will take 20.0.0.0/16. So inside this one, I will create a subnet. Application Gateway VNet. Application Gateway VNet. So here 20.0.0.0/24. So click on add. So VNet has been created successfully. Click on review plus create. Create. So this VNet has been created successfully. So now what to do? Now I have to create a pairing in between both of them. So for creating the pairing, go to the pairings options, add pairing. So I am giving here a name of the pairing. Okay, so right now we are in the gateway VNet. So I'm giving here pairing from gateway VNet to VM VNet. VM VNet. Okay, so that's fine. Here I will give the opposite name, pairing from VM VNet to gateway VNet. Okay, so what is the destination? Destination is the my VNet, because the source is gateway VNet. So destination will be the my VNet. So click on add. So pairing is in the process of creation. So it's done. You can see the pairing status has been connected. So it means pairing has been done successfully. So now I will exit from here because we have to refresh this page, right? So then it will show the newly created VNet. That is the gateway VNet. Otherwise it will not show. So resource VNet, resource group is test, application gateway. Name I am giving here my gateway. Region I will select East US. Oh, region East US, and leave everything. Auto scaling no, and disable HTTP. And which network we want? Gateway VNet. Select the gateway VNet. You can see 20.0.0.0. It is showing here. Perfect. Click on next. So here, through what the people will connect. The people will connect with the web server by using the public IP address. So we are selecting the public, right? You can select both also. So I'm selecting the public. So click on next. Backend. So click on add backend pool. So here in the backend pool, we have to give the name of the pool. The first pool, image. I'm giving here image. Okay. Then here I will select virtual machine. Oh, okay. Here's a problem. You know, here it is not showing the virtual machine, right? Because pairing we have done, okay. Peering we have done, but the gateway VNet is in the gateway VNet is in gateway VNet subnet is in the different VNet. So that's why it is not showing. So both of them must be in the same VNet. So that's why it is not showing. Okay, anyhow, let's try to create again within the same VNet. Virtual networks. My VNet is there. And click on subnets. Okay. So I'm giving here the name of the subnet as hello subnet. So 10.0.2.0 is there. Save. Now it is showing. Now it is showing. Guys, you can see here. Hello. Yeah, you know why it was not showing? I think so. You know, gateway subnet is the name here, right? So gateway subnet, we are using the name, so it is not allowed maybe. So that's why it is not allowed. So that's why it is not allowing me to give this create the subnet with the same name. So hello is the hello subnet we have given. So now let's try. So this is called as troubleshooting, hit and trial method, right? But we have to use the logics. Okay. So now again, click on application gateway. Click on create. Resource group. And the name of the gateway I'm giving here, test gateway. Okay, any name. So East US. And here, that's fine. HTTP is disabled. Here, make it disable the auto scaling. And here I will select my VNet. And here it should show hello subnet. It is also showing. See, hello subnet. So we'll select the hello subnet. Hello subnet we have created only for the gateway. Front end. Public we will select, right? So here we need to give the add new public IP. We need to give it. So what is the public IP? You can give any public IP. I'm giving here PIP. Click on OK. And now we have to create the backends. So click on OK, backend, click on add backend pool. And here we need to give the backend pool name. I'm giving here image. If you select the virtual machine, you can see virtual machine is showing. So image web server we will select because we have given the image. Click on add. So second backend pool we will create. We'll create video. So here we will select video. Here we will select virtual machine. We will select this time video server. Click on add. So both of them we have created. Targets we have created in the backend pool. One target, one target. Click on next. So configuration. So front end and the backend we have completed. Now we have to create the routing rule. So click on plus and list here the rule name we are giving here rule 1. Any name you can give it. Listener rule name I am giving here RT1. Any name you can give it. Front end IP it's a public because the people will communicate by using the public IP address. If you want to access the Google server, you require the public IP address, right? Without the public IP address, you can access the Google, cannot access the Google. So public we selected. Okay, HTTP is there, it's already fine. Now we have to click on the backend targets. So in the backend targets, backend pool is already there. Here I will select image, right? Image, and here backend target means we have selected in the backend target and HTTP setting. Click on add. So I am giving here my HTTP setting, any name. Leave everything as it is. Cookies are disabled. Connection training is disabled. And request timeout is 20 seconds. Okay, that's fine. Click on add. Okay, so you have done this one. Now you have to add both of the targets. Add multiple targets. Add multiple targets to create a path-based tool. So here, give / image / star, means it will redirect the traffic towards the image server. So here, target name. So I am giving the target name here, image web. Okay, image, fine, that is okay. And here, my HTTP setting, and as backend target name image. First we'll create for the backend target name image. Done. So this is added. We have to add the, like this way, we have to add the second one also. So / video /. Then a name here, I will give it here video. The name of the target I am giving here video. Then HTTP setting, this one we already created before. Then this time backend target we will select video, add. So both of them we have created, right? Both of them we have created. So in the backend pool, one is the image, one is the video. Now click on add. Done. Now click on next, review plus create. Create. So deployment of the gateway is in progress. So you can see test gateway has been created successfully. Public IP is okay. There's no problem with the public IP. So it will take 5 minutes. It will take at least. So guys, let's take the 5 minutes break, 5 to 7 minutes break. So because it will take time. Okay. Okay, guys.
Okay, Jugendra.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Joginder, we
Okay.
are there.
Now
Yes,
we are
yes,
back.
ma'am.
So we have to click on the on the gateway that we have created. Otherwise, you can go here and you can click on the application gateway. Click on the test gateway. So you can see this is the public IP address. So I will copy this public IP address by using the, otherwise I will copy this public IP address. After copying this public IP address, I will do the testing. See, perfect. It's working fine. See, so now I'm using the image.stm. The request is going to the image server. Okay. If I'm using video, then video.stm. The request is going to the video server. Perfect. It's working fine. We have done it. Okay, guys, cleared? Hello?
Yeah, Jogi.
Yes.
Yeah, this is path-based routing, right? But you can see the public IP address with the common public IP address, we are able to redirect our traffic, our traffic request towards the video server also, towards the image server also, right? So this is a great thing. So this is called as application gateway. Okay. So now I will show you one more tool, how to use one tool. That tool we are calling as Storage Explorer, right? With that tool we are using, we are calling as Storage Explorer. Okay. So guys, let us try to understand what is Storage Explorer with the help of a scenario. The scenario is that in the Microsoft Azure, we create a storage account. We create a storage account in the Microsoft Azure. So in the storage account, we use many types of services. What type of services we have? We have blob service also. Guys, remember?
Yes,
Hello?
blob service. Yeah.
We have blob service. We have file service. So file service is just like a shared folder service, like a file server service. You know, in the physical environment, we use the physical file server, right? In the cloud, AWS cloud environment, file service is acting as a file server. Another service we have queue service. Another service we have table service. So we have four types of services, right? So in the blob service, we create the containers. Container just like a folders. In the container, we upload the blobs. Blobs means files. Any file we are calling as blob, right? So everything we were doing through the portal. We were every time we were logging through the portal, we were logging through the portal and web portal. We were entering the user ID name and the password, right? Then we were creating the storage account. Inside the storage account, we were choosing the blob service. Then containers we were creating. Now, without login inside the portal, we want to do this thing with the help of a tool. That tool we can install in our physical computer. That tool we are calling as Storage Explorer. So we have no need to log in every time. We can manage all these things by using the Storage Explorer, right? So what I will do, I will create a virtual machine. Virtual machine is already created. So inside the virtual machine, I will download a tool with the name Storage Explorer. So we already have servers, right? And I will click on local server. So Internet Explorer is the browser which is already inside this server, but Internet Explorer browser is not good because it asks many security question it asks. I'd want to avoid all the security question. If it could be a web browser like Mozilla or Chrome, then I have no need to do these settings. So IE enhanced, IE stands for Internet Explorer, IE enhanced security configuration. So I will make it off. Otherwise it will start asking me the question. It will not allow me to download easily anything. So I made it off. You can see it is off right now. So I will open the Internet Explorer, go to run. IE Explore is the shortcut to open the Internet Explorer application browser. IE Explore, then press enter. Then here we'll type google.com. And here we will type Storage Explorer download. Explorer download. So some links it will show. Let me try this one. Maybe it will give me the yes. So Azure Storage Explorer download is there. So click over download. So do you want to, what is some question it is asking? Run. I will click on run. Okay, select install mode. So you want to install, you want to allow for this user only or all the users. So I will allow for all the users. So I will click over here. Accept the digital license agreement, click on install. Next, next, installation will start. So this virtual machine, I'm assuming this is my physical computer, okay? Because I don't want to install the Storage Explorer in my physical laptop. That's why I'm doing this one. You also do this thing whenever you will do. Done. Now click on finish. We can close the Internet Explorer. So you can see Microsoft Storage Explorer is now going to open. So this is Storage Explorer. Okay. So this we feel like that we have installed in our local computer. Okay. So guys, first of all, guys, through the Storage Explorer, you cannot create the storage account. You can manage the storage account, but you cannot create. For the creation of the storage account, you have to go always to the web browser. Okay. So let's go to the web browser. And inside the web browser, we will create a storage account. Click on the storage accounts. Click on create. And here I will select the resource group test. So the name of the storage account I am giving here, demo storage 1001-1001. East US, that is fine. Standard, that is fine. And next, review plus create. So storage account will get created. So storage account has been created. Click on go to resource. So you can see blob service is there, file service, many services are there. So let's create one container. So I'm creating a container with the name test container, just a name. Okay, so click on create. So container has been created. Okay, so now let's try to use the Storage Explorer. So for using the Storage Explorer, we have to click on subscription first. Azure, which Azure environment will you use to sign in? So I will use the Azure. You know, Azure China is also available, Azure Germany is also available, Azure US government available, custom environment. So I will use the Azure. Next. So it will ask me to sign in my Azure credentials because the authentication. So this Storage Explorer is an on-premises environment application that we have installed. Manually we have installed, we downloaded and installed it manually. It is running in my physical computer. But how the physical computer application, which is running in the physical computer, will get authenticated by the cloud on the basis of the authentication credentials. So the same credential we need to type here. So you can see authenticated. You can see authenticated. You can return to the Storage Explorer. You might need to authenticate if you close this browser. We authenticated successfully. Now let's open the, you can see I got authentication. Yoginder Singh Tomar at the, my detail came here, right? Perfect. So we are on the track. So now, after that, so we got authenticated. So open the, yes. Then here, you will click over here. You can see whenever you will click over here, it will show you the storage accounts. So click over the storage account. Double click over the storage account. So it will fetch the information. So click over here, right? It will show you the blob containers. So guys, when you will click on the blob containers, it is not showing nothing now, right? It is not showing anything. Whatever the container we have created, it is not showing. Because just now we have created the storage account. Just now we have created we have linked the Storage Explorer with the Microsoft Azure storage service recently. So that's why implementation of the configuration or the communication takes little time. Once it is communicated, once it is established, then it will be frequent. So we have to wait. Storage accounts. After some moment, it will show my account that I had created before on the cloud.
Joginder, I didn't understand what is the benefit for this Azure.
Benefit. It will provide you the easy management console. More easy management console. You can upload it directly from here, from the physical. So you have no need to, without getting the login inside your web browser, you will be able to manage.
In the local machine itself.
In the local machine itself. That's a benefit.
Oh, okay. Manage in the sense, whatever we can do in
container you will create, whatever you was doing in the web browser. Suppose you was uploading the blobs, right? The blob you can create here from the local machine. Your file you can upload from the local machine, right? You can create the containers from the local machine. You have no need to go inside the cloud. You have no need to go inside the browser again. That's what you can do, everything from here.
Okay.
Let's close it and open it again. So I will click on search. I will type storage. Microsoft Azure Storage Explorer. It will take more time. First time it always takes the time. Let's refresh it.
I think we have created inside the blob container, right? We have created inside the blob.
Inside what?
Blob.
Yeah. Blob container we have created, but it will show the storage account first. Fetching the data, guys, always take the time. First time. What was the name of the account we created? We created this account, right? Let's try to create one more storage account. You can see connection has been established. See, my credential it is showing Joginder Singh Tomar @hotmail.com, Microsoft account, home tenant. So credential is done. Okay, guys, it will take some time. Okay, it will take more time. So that's okay. Okay, we cannot wait till that time. So this is a way how we can use the Storage Explorer. So once Storage Explorer will give you give you the console from your local computer, you will be able to manage your storage account. Storage account on the cloud, you can upload the object, you can create the containers. So you will be able to create the containers, you will be able to upload your objects from here. So this is the second way. Otherwise, you can use from here. And second way, if you want to do it from the Storage Explorer, you can do it from the Storage Explorer. This is just an alternate way that they have given. Microsoft has given. Okay, guys.
Okay. Usually it will take minimum half an hour time.
Sometime it will, sometime it will be connected
Or
by
anything mistake we have done? No, no, right? I think everything is fine.
everything is perfect.
Any
Everything is fine.
services need to start?
No. Everything is perfect. We have done everything from our side. Rest of the things is the communication, right?
Okay, okay.
We have done everything fine. So the rest of the things we have to wait actually.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because in my previous batches, I am using the same set as sort of the instructions.
Mhm.
So it is not refreshing. Let's restart the application once. Let's try. Open 5. Because every time we are following the same set of instruction. There's nothing to do. Just only we require the account connectivity verification. That's it. Nothing. Then you will click on the open. After the couple of 5 to 10 minutes, sometime 20 minutes, it will fetch the information from the cloud storage account. So it's restarting. Let's stop it, then start again. Oh.
There is an option for restart itself. You can directly restart.
Yeah, but It does not show sometime. Where is the public IP address? Public IP address is not visible right now because it's restarting in the background. Executed stop command 01 succeeded, right? So it stopped right now. We have to start again. It stopped. So we have to start. For starting, just click over here, click on start. Oh.
Joginder, Anil here. So actually I have a meeting by 9 o'clock.
Okay. What your duty timing?
2 to 11.
Okay, 2 to 11. Okay.
So the rotational shift.
Okay, Anil. Okay.
Anything?
Yeah.
Last class, right?
Sorry.
This is the last class.
This is the last class. Today is the last class.
So any information which you left out?
Information that I already shared with you, and the rest of the things you have to do the preparation. Okay. So once you will prepare, then you can contact to the website team. Okay.
Okay.
Coordinator. Yeah. Once you will prepare with the questions, answer everything perfectly. You should be perfect from your side first, right? Otherwise, because international examination is a matter of money, right?
Yeah.
Because means purchasing the voucher and fail, it's not good, right? Prepare well for 100% from your side first.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Joginder.
Welcome. Now we got the public IP address. So we'll use this one. So guys, this public IP address, dynamic public IP address or the static public IP address? Tell me.
It's a dynamic.
Yes. So if you'll restart the virtual machine, will it change or not? It changes because it is dynamic. It is not a static public IP address, dynamic public IP address. With every restart of the virtual machine, you will get the different public IP address.
Okay,
If it is for static, we need to go manually and set the IP address, right?
Set the static public IP address if you don't want to change.
Yeah.
Joginder, we have created a storage account in the central US, right? Because whatever the virtual machine we have created on East US, that might be an impact or something.
Storage account, it should not impact. Okay. Maybe, but we are assuming this is my physical computer.
Okay.
Or the physical computer can be anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Logic, right? Logic. So Chandra, how is your work? How is your company's work? They create the vacancies. So even the Chandrasekhar also can try if they will create the cloud vacancies in the cloud platform. And you also can apply. You can tell to your boss. So guys, maybe it might be possible that this virtual machine having some issue maybe. So, but
Yeah.
rest of the things are same, right? Steps are same because we have to follow the universal steps only, right? Whatever
Okay.
the Microsoft has given. Okay, because
Okay.
last time with the previous batch, I also given the same exercise, same set of instruction, everything was same. So it was reflected. So right now it is not reflected, maybe due to the virtual machine, maybe, right? If the same thing we will do in the physical world computer, it will work maybe. Okay, so today's last class.
Just.
So
Yeah.
all the best for your future journey, right?
Thank
So
you,
we will be in
Ravinder.
touch with each other. We will be in touch with each other. Okay, no problem.
Yeah. And thank you
Yes,
so much for your time. Thanks.
thanks.
You're
Thanks for
welcome.
teaching us.
No
And you
problem.
are the guru of Azure now. Whatever, because this is a starting, course. So,
Okay,
and
okay.
we would,
Mhm.
require your assistance also until we get the
No
job.
problem. Always. If
And
you,
even after
yeah,
getting job also for future, any trainings
yeah,
or upcoming knowledge
yeah,
upgrade.
you
So
can
we
be
can
in touch
contact
with
you
me.
directly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After joining somewhere in any cloud position, you can
Yes,
be in
yes.
touch with me. Right.
Correct. Yeah. Mm.
Okay. Bye bye, both of you.
Yes,
Bye
sir.
bye.
Yes.
Bye,
Bye.
Jonas.
Bye. Thanks.
Thank you.